What is up, guys? And today we're going to review, open, rank, and everything else for what was supposed to be the last mix of 2020 for Spinmaster Monster Jam, and then that is none other than Mix 21. Alright guys, so yeah, Mix 21, this was a kind of interesting mix to say the least. So this was actually found in a ton of Walmarts, I would say about maybe almost a month ago. Today is December 31st, and I know these videos are kind of like delayed, but things have been absolutely nuts in December. But yeah, so these kind of got released, I would say, around the first week of December for 2021, and yeah, they were kind of hard in my area. As you saw in my toy hunt video, I was able to find them at the last second, and it took me forever to find Dragon, but I finally got it. And yeah, so this was supposed to be the final mix for 2021, but in a lot of areas, Mix 20 has been completely MIA. Now, this did happen last year with Mix 14 and 15, I believe, and we didn't get those until, I think, early January, late February. I know Target's got them, so hopefully maybe Target's in my area or in the tri-state area can get them. If not, I mean, we're just gonna have to go to eBay, right? But yeah, hopefully Mix 20 can be found pretty soon. So now, jumping onto the rankings, as you guys know, I try to keep these in order, but it's been so hard, especially with the just Walmarts and Targets and everything not getting these trucks in order, the mixes in order. It's been all over the place. I believe the last mix video I made was Mix 17, and I think that was all the way back in like April, maybe May, somewhere in that time frame. And from Mix 17, we're going to go straight to Mix 21. So Mix 21 was actually the next mix I completed it exactly, and then I was able to find all of Mix 19 and Mix 18, and so far the only thing we don't have is Mix 20, so that one's gonna be hard. But moving on, let's talk more about Mix 21. Alright, so like every other mix, Spin Master's mix have 9 trucks with 1 chase piece, and this mix, I wouldn't say it was the strongest mix of the year, but we did get some cool stuff in here. So if you're looking at the back of the card art, you can see we got another Whiplash truck, which was pretty cool. We saw Superman for the first time. We just got a Son of a Digger. Now, Son of a Digger in the last mix, I believe Mix 19 for some people, that was the last one, or 18. That one did have Son of a Digger, and that was actually a chase truck. Then we got the Pirate's Curse with the elemental water tires, which is pretty cool. I like that a lot. Then we have the Megalodon, which is pretty unique, and I'll get to that in a second. Same thing with the gold or chrome Gravedigger. Then we got a retro kind of El Toro Loco, which was pretty cool. Then we got Batman, and the final truck, which was the last truck I needed to complete this set, or this mix, was the Chase Piece Showtime Dragon truck, which that one was pretty hard to find. I actually did make a trade with someone online, and then of course, knowing my luck, a couple days later, I did find it in a Walmart that I'd never been to, and I ended up picking up one of them and getting, I think I found 3 of them actually, and I got one, and those ones I just left on the shelf, and now the toy bins or the toy shopper, whatever those things are called at Walmart, they're not even there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run down the list of trucks, and I'm basically going to go from what one I think is my least favorite to my favorite. And like I said, this mix was okay. It was very nice and very refreshing to actually see something new on the shelf. It's been so long. But yeah, we're going to start this off with the truck that I think is the least, well, at least my personal least favorite in this mix, and that's none other than this truck right here. Alright guys, so the truck coming in last place out of this mix, honestly, I gotta put Whiplash. So we didn't really see Whiplash that much this year. We did see it in a Gears and Galaxy, I believe it was a Gears truck, and then we also did see it in a Dirty to Clean. But with this mix, with the new trucks, the new themes, I think Whiplash is just kind of like the odd man out, if you will. However, it is a nice looking truck, and this is actually going to be in the Legacy trucks, which is interesting because it doesn't have the BKT printed white for Legacy, so that's interesting. And one interesting thing with these packages, and especially this mix, so I don't know if there was like maybe a poster shortage, but I actually never gotten one of these trucks with a poster in it. So I have no idea what the Mix 21 poster looks like. So I thought that was very interesting. Also very interesting too is on the bottom of a lot of the Mix 21 trucks, they have this cut in the middle of the packaging here. So I don't know if that was something with the toy bin or the toy shopper, but that was kind of interesting. And on Whiplash right here, it's not as bad, but on certain trucks, and I'll show that on all of them, how bad the cut on the bottom is right there. But nonetheless, Whiplash, a pretty cool looking truck. However, in this mix, I think it just kind of falls out. But with that being said, let's crack this thing open and take a closer look at the final Whiplash for 2021. So here it is, out of the package, the final Whiplash for 2021. Not a bad looking truck. I love the blue on this thing, and like I said, this does not come with a poster for some reason. I don't know what happened with it, but you get this little insert. No poster, which is kind of depressing. However, I believe this is the first time we are seeing Whiplash with this rim color, right? I think last year it had like a tan rim color, or it could have had like a tan roll cage. I don't remember too clearly with that, but nonetheless, the truck does come with that beautiful bluish kind of turquoise rims. Also, it does come with a gray chassis and a gray wheelie bar with a bluish turquoise wheel. So the roll cage is black. Overall, decent looking truck, very nice looking. Just honestly, in this case, well, in this mix, I just think it falls victim to the other trucks, because there is kind of, you know, I was just looking right there. I thought that was something different, but you know, there are new themes and everything with this mix. But Whiplash, the final one for 2020, I believe we got, or 2021, I believe we got what, the Gears truck, we got the Dirty to Clean, and I think that was really it for Whiplash. So not a bad run for 2021 for Whiplash. Alright, so following Whiplash, the truck coming in at number 8 is none other than El Toro Loco. So this truck was pretty unique. So the main difference with this thing really, I believe, was the horns, and that's really it. Now, the interesting thing with this truck in this packaging for Mix 21 is it's a retro Rebel, which is kind of cool. And if you look right here where the truck's doing a wheelie with the wheelie bar, the truck actually has the Goodyear or the older 90 monster truck tires. So I didn't even realize this until I just looked at it, and the truck actually has the BKTs on it. So I wonder if they made a variant with those tires and not the BKTs. So that's kind of interesting, and I just want to pull in another box here and just show this off too as well. On the back of the packaging, because on the current truck it doesn't show the truck, but if you look at the El Toro on the back of the Dragon packaging, it actually has the Goodyear tires. So I thought that was kind of interesting how the truck did not have the Goodyear tires. Maybe it's a variant, maybe it's not, but I thought that was kind of interesting. If you guys were able to find this in the stores, let me know if you found it with the Goodyear tires or with these tires, because that's kind of interesting. But now, let's crack the thing open and take a closer look at the Mix 21 El Toro Loco. Alright guys, there it is out of the package, and honestly, this did come with a poster. I didn't even look at the bottom to see if it was ripped, like the package was ripped or anything. So this is actually the first truck I am opening with the poster. So in the beginning you guys saw I had Megalodon and Gravedigger open, but this is it right here. So the poster boy for Mix 21 is none other than Whiplash. If you guys can see that, can't really get it on the camera. It's like Whiplash doing a little kind of like side bicycle thing. And on the back of the poster you got all 9 trucks. So pretty cool, pretty unique, and I am showing right there El Toro Loco because as you can tell on the poster it does have the old Goodyear tires, and the truck itself actually has the BKT. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Now the reason why I put this truck so low on my list is because around the time this basically Mix 21 got found and everything, we just got the El Toro Loco 5-pack, which was really cool, really awesome. And you know, if you got that, you kind of got like not overload with El Toro, but I thought that was pretty cool and everything. And then this kind of just came out, but there is something I just noticed on this too. So what makes this kind of unique in its own way is they made it the Retro Rebel. They made the red horns on the front right there, and they also made it a front engine truck. So that is pretty unique. I don't remember if El Toro or when El Toro was front engine. I would say probably in like the early 2000s, 2005 maybe, somewhere in that time frame. But that is pretty cool. I actually just noticed that. I didn't really look at the the truck here, but yeah, I didn't even notice that. That's pretty cool. Other than that, the main reason why the truck is sitting so low, besides the chassis and besides it should have the Goodyear tires, is I just feel like El Toro is just one of those trucks where it's like you can do so much with it. You know, it's kind of limited, but we just seen it so much. We've seen it so many times, and I know it's limited. I know they can make a yellow one, they can make a black one. I just feel like this orange one, we've seen it so many times. Though I do like how it does have the front engine chassis on it. I do like that, but honestly, that's really the only thing it's got going for it. And this does have the same orange or red color wheelie bar with a gray wheel. It does have the BKT tires, which I wish it didn't, and it does have a gray beadlock and rim color, and a gray chassis, and a black roll cage with the front engine. But other than that, really not much more to say about El Toro, just your typical El Toro. But kind of cool it's the front engine, but could we have done without it? Honestly, maybe, but we'll see what happens, what's in the future. But for the last El Toro for 2021, not that bad. Not that bad. In all honesty, not that bad. Let's move on to the next truck. Alright, so the next truck, it's actually going to be kind of a tie between the next two trucks. So really, 7 and 6 on this list. I don't know which one to rank ahead of who, so I'm just going to throw them both together here. And it's none other than Batman and Mr. Superman. Now, these were kind of an interesting truck. Interesting choice. I do love the fact how they're in the same exact mix for 21. Now, we did not really see any of these trucks earlier in the year. We did get a 3-piece Batman set in a 124 scale that came with Harley Quinn and Joker. And I don't think we saw a 2021 Superman truck. So, it's refreshing to see something new. However, they do kind of look the same like they did from their counterparts from last year. But like I said, it is nice to see something new. Now, I don't know which one to rank ahead of the other. I would put them kind of in the same slot if you can. Now, these were the only two trucks for this year for the heroes and villains. And I thought it was kind of weird that they were both kind of released in the same mix. So, I mean, I don't know what else they can do with the heroes and villains. I mean, the Joker, the Harley Quinn, we might see those in the single pack next year. But, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do with that from here. And another interesting fact, too, is if you can tell, Batman does not come with a poster, but Superman does. So, that's kind of interesting. And on the back of these, for some reason, right here, if you can really see that, like, I don't know why that is like that on these. Basically, all the Mix 21 trucks have a slit on the bottom of the package. I don't know why. It's very interesting to me. Superman's isn't as bad as Batman's, but you can definitely see the cut right there. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, let's crack these guys open and take a closer look at Batman and Superman. And here they are out of the package, Superman and Batman. So, kind of cool, I guess, I suppose. It's nice to see these trucks back. We did see them last year in 2 different mixes, but it is nice to see that they are back. And a little different color design, too. So, wow, even that's cut. I didn't even notice that. I really wonder what happened if, like, you know, something happened. This one's not cut, but kind of interesting. But, yeah, last year I believe we had a Batman truck with yellow rims and a black chassis and maybe a yellow roll cage. And Superman, I believe, had a blue roll cage and a black chassis. But nonetheless, pretty cool. I do like how Superman is basically most of the truck is just that hard plastic. It's not really all that die cast on it, which is always kind of interesting. But nonetheless, it does look pretty cool. Looks like there's nothing really different on Batman here. But the truck does come with a gray rim and gray beadlock with a kind of transparent grayish chassis or yellow chassis, transparent gray roll cage, and basically a yellow wheel for the wheelie bar and the same color gray as the roll cage. God, I can't talk. But nonetheless, Batman looks pretty cool. I like it. Now, I do like how we got this truck in the 124 scale. That leaves me to wonder if maybe for 2021 we are going to see Superman in a 124 scale. And Superman here has a black roll cage, a nice blue looking chassis, red rims with a red beadlock, and a blue wheelie bar with a red tire on the back. So very nice, very nicely put together. It's nice to see these trucks back. Like I said, I can't really rank one a bit ahead of the other. I kind of feel like they're in the same boat, if you will. And it was really interesting to see them release heroes and villains in the same mix, but we got 2 heroes. We didn't get any villains. So if you missed out on the, what was it, the Batman Gotham City 3-pack from Target, which came with Joker and Harley Quinn, you got no villains. So that was kind of interesting. But now let's move on to the next truck. Alright, so the truck that is going to crack the top 5 here. Now this was a pretty hard decision, though I do like this kind of theme they got going on, so I'm going to put this one at number 5, and it's none other than the Elemental Pirate's Curse. So this is actually a cool design, and I like what they did. Now the reason why this truck is ahead of Batman and Superman is because of the whole theme around it. So we saw last year, I believe it was Megalodon with these tires, and basically the whole ocean theme going with Megalodon. I'm glad to see they did that with Pirate's Curse as well. Obviously he's a pirate, all that, ocean, all that. So that's why I'm going to rank this ahead of the Superman and Batman trucks. Also because this is a little different compared to the one that we saw last year with Megalodon. And you can tell just by looking at the tires, they're more of a transparent. The Megalodon version we saw last year in 2020 had a darker blue. So kind of interesting that they did that. Shockingly, this truck did come with a poster, which is nice. And this is the final, or supposed to be, the final Elemental truck for 2021. However, there are some that are missing, Mix 20 and Mix, I believe 18 or 19, whatever one came with Dragonoid. Some areas didn't even get those mixes yet as well. So kind of interesting, but a cool looking truck. And then this does have the cut on the bottom. However, it is not as bad as Superman was, if you guys can see, or Batman. But it is there, and I don't know why that's like that. But let's crack this thing open and take a closer look at Mr. Pirate's Curse. Alright, so here is the Elemental Pirate's Curse out of the box. This truck looks very cool. Those tires are, I don't know, I honestly think the Megalodon tires from 2020 looks a lot better than this one. So it comes with this little insert piece like they all do. And honestly, I cannot wait for next year's trucks to see what item they come with. Some come with crush cars, some will come with cones, so I can't wait to see that. It's going to be nice to see that back. And this truck was actually lucky enough to come with a poster, so that is my second or third poster, if you want to get technical. So that's pretty cool. And now let's really take a look at this truck, because this one, it's kind of weird. I mean, yeah, the tires are blue, and I like that, but like I feel like it's just a little bit too transparent. So last year, if you remember the Megalodon, the tires were like a dark blue. Not as dark blue as like the chassis was, but definitely a darker. You could not really see through it. But in a way, I do like what they did because they made it a little different. And I like that. It wasn't just the same copy and paste. The also thing that I like about this truck too is they made the sword a transparent blue, kind of like the tires. Actually both swords, which is very nice, a nice added touch. And because it's elemental, you can see the splashes of water on the side of the truck over here by his arm, which is very nice. I like that added touch as well. And this truck does come with a kind of a, it reminds me of the Galaxy truck chassis color. That's pretty cool. It does come with a transparent blue roll cage, which that blue is a little bit darker, not as transparent as the rims, or the rims and the tires. And it does come with the kind of a lighter, more like a Megalodon blue wheelie bar with that dark Galaxy kind of purplish bluish tire on the wheelie bar. But I think the eyesore here is definitely the tires. I love the way they look. I really do. Now, I don't know if it looks better than the Megalodon. I'm like torn on it, but I do like it. I like how they changed it up. Now, the rims are actually not blue at all. The rims are actually a clear transparent, so there's no blue on the rims whatsoever, and the beadlock. The only blue is on the tire, so I think that's a nice added touch. And the truck does have a blue transparent windscreen as well. So not a bad truck. Pretty cool, pretty nice. We did not see Pirates Curse a lot this year. I believe. Oh man, I think we only saw it once. I really think we only saw it once. I think we saw it in a double pack. No, I don't even think we saw it in double packs. Yeah, Pirates Curse. It's one of those trucks when it comes around. There's very few of them, but yeah, not bad. Not bad to end 2021 with. So the next truck coming in at number 4 is going to be, or what was supposed to be, everyone's last chase piece for 2021, and it's none other than the Dragon. So this is a pretty cool looking chase piece, I have to admit. It is hands down not my favorite chase piece, but it is pretty cool, and for the people that customize, they are probably going to want this roll cage and those rims and tires. But nonetheless, it is nice to see Dragon get a chase piece again. I'm pretty sure Dragon had a chase... No, it did not have a chase piece last year. It did not have a ride truck. So the last time we saw a Dragon chase piece was all the way in 2019, and that was with the training trucks. So Dragon did come back this year, and this chase piece does have a poster in it. And this one actually, shockingly, this does not have a cut at all on the bottom, so that's always nice. However, the truck is bent right there. This is actually one I did find at a Walmart where I was lucky enough, and not a bad looking chase piece. I mean, it's simple, it's plain, it's nice. Now, the reason why I'm ranking this truck is where it is at number 4 is because it's a nice looking truck. There's not that much going on. The chase piece of it, the painted engine, the painted shocks, it looks very well put together, and it's just a solid truck. Now, I know a lot of people hated the chase pieces for this year, and I gotta say, with Dragon coming in at the last one, or was supposed to be the last one, it's nice to see Dragon return as a chase piece. But yeah, I can't wait to see what it is going to be next year with the chase piece. I think it's heavy metal, so that's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. But let's open what was supposed to be the final chase piece for 2021. And here it is out of the package, the Dragon chase piece. Very well put together. I like the color palette. I actually really like what they did with this one. This is probably in my top maybe 3 chase pieces out of the 6 this year. But nonetheless, pretty cool. So let's get this out of the way. Look at Dragon here. So I really love, I don't know, it's just something with the whole black like roll cage and the silver motor, the silver shocks, and then of course the gray rims with the gray actually black beadlock really make the truck look good. It really makes it pop. I like what they did with the wheelie bar. They could have made the wheelie bar the same green as the Dragon, but I think that would have been too much. So I really like the fact that they made it the orange, and they could have made the wheel on the wheelie bar green as well, but I like what they did and they chose black. And they also have a black transparent windscreen. The truck does have a gray chassis and a black roll cage with the painted motor and shocks. Honestly, not a bad looking truck. I think the reason why it looks good is because it looks like a real life truck. I mean, if you go to a show, 9 times out of 10, Dragon would probably look something like this, or at least a truck would look something like this, where it's silver shocks, you know, obviously the motor's painted, or the motor's obviously that color, and the rims and the tires like it. That's how the truck should look in real life, and I think that's why it ranks so high on my list, because I like that. I like the realism of it. So, not a bad chase piece. Definitely one that was pretty tough to find, but all said and done, pretty good chase piece, pretty cool, and yeah, Dragon. So hopefully you guys found it. If you didn't find it yet, maybe soon, but not a bad looking truck. Great detailing on it as always, and this is actually, we didn't see Dragon that much this year. I believe last year or the year before we saw a lot of Dragons. This is actually the only second Dragon in the singles, the other one being in Mix 20, which was the white contracts one. Then we had one in the Gears and Galaxies, and that was really it. We really didn't see Dragon that much. I don't think it really came into play with the doubles at all. But however, for 2022, I believe it does have a a new playset, so that's going to be interesting. And actually, there was one dragon in the Dirty to Clean, which came with Thunderbus, which was way earlier in the year. That's why I couldn't remember. But yeah, that's going to do it for Dragon and the final chase piece for 2021. So the truck coming in at number 3. Now these last 3 trucks are pretty unique, every single one in their own way, but I'm gonna have to put this one at number 3 because out of the 3, I think this one comes in least in my favorite, and it might actually come as a shock to most of you guys that know me and what trucks I actually like, but it's none other than Megalodon. So this was a very interesting truck when I first saw this thing in pictures and everything. Now the body on it, I didn't really understand what was going on here. So, you know, at first glance, this thing looks goofy. I mean, honestly, look at that. It really does look goofy. And I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what it was called. But now, out of nowhere, basically, Spinmaster's coming out with Shear Madness trucks. Now, when this was first released, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what they were going to do. I thought it would be like X-Ray trucks or something like that from Hot Wheels, what they did, you know, all those years ago. But it's very interesting to see Spinmaster take this on, and they basically made a ton of trucks like this. So kind of interesting. So this truck right here, Megalodon, this does not come with a poster, and this actually does have a major cut or slit on the bottom. But we're gonna crack this thing open and really take a look at this thing because it I'm really intrigued by this. Alright, so when I opened it, I lost the wheelie bar, but the wheelie bar is white, and it does come with the same blue roll cage color for the wheel, but I did drop that, and I don't know where it went. But yeah, here it is. So Sheer Madness. Now I am really happy that Spinmaster is taking this on, and I honestly think they're doing a pretty good job with it. So Megalodon here. Now, when this truck was released, I did not think that they were going to make not die-cast bodies, and it was very weird to see how Spinmaster would do that because they had such great detailing, and you know, how would they make a plastic body? So when I first got this one, this was insane. So the whole body is plastic. The whole insert up here is plastic. Now, we did see that before early in the year with a Gravedigger, and that was kind of cool. You know, Gravedigger was the first one, but now I'm happy to see that they're doing with other trucks. And it's held in by a screw still, and the cool thing I like about Megalodon too is the fins on the side are still plastic, like that hard plastic. But I really love how the body is plastic and it's that transparent. I think they did a great job, especially for Megalodon, because that could be Gravedigger, you know, it's kind of easier, I guess, in the way, but Megalodon to get it into a shark, pretty cool. And this truck does have the white rims and the white beadlock, which adds to it. It also does have a black chassis, which I'll get to in a second, and that awesome blue, kind of light blue roll cage. Now, I did not know this until I picked the truck up, but there's no die cast on it. Obviously the body is not die cast, it's not metal. So how can they get that metal? What they did was they actually made the entire chassis a heavy metal. And the thing that's unique about this truck, I think this is the only one so far, I could be wrong, but this whole chassis is black and it's die-cast metal, or it's metal, and I think that's really cool. It's the first time they made a black one. We did see one with Gravedigger that was metal, and of course the training trucks, but those were gray. They weren't painted, so it's nice to see a black heavy chassis and metal. Now the only problem is, if you can hear it, you can hear the truck squeak. That's obviously because of the metal and I guess the axles, but I'm okay with that. But nonetheless, pretty cool. I mean, Spinmaster took something and they made it work, especially with Megalodon. I think that's really, really sick. I think that's really, really cool. And the reason why I put this truck at number 3 is because, in all honesty, if you don't know what's going on with it, you look at that and the truck does kind of look goofy, but I think they did a great job with it. Alright, so there's 2 trucks left in this mix, and they're both, one's Gravedigger and one's Son of a Digger. And honestly, I'm gonna have to put this truck at number 2, because I think the truck at number 1 is just something so cool and so awesome. But the truck coming in at number 2 is none other than Son of a Digger. And this is actually pretty interesting, because when Mix 21 got released and got found and everything, I really didn't look. Usually I look and see what the trucks are. I see like if it's a special theme, and I didn't really do that, because Mix 21, I was looking for Mix 18, 19, and 20. Well, 18 and 19, I didn't expect to find Mix 21, so it wasn't even on my mind yet. And I did not know this, but I thought this truck was just a legacy truck. I thought it was just a normal Son of a Digger truck. Okay, it's got a purple wheelie bar, it's got a blue chassis. It kind of looks like the truck that was in Mix 2 in 2019. So I was like, okay, no problem, whatever, it's just a repeat, I'll pick it up, whatever. But I didn't realize it until I went to brianzpatent.com, and it said Shear Madness on the back. So that is pretty cool that they made a Shear Madness Son of a Digger. I was not expecting that. And this truck, and I don't know if you can tell in the light with it, but you can really see the transparent on the body. And that is exactly why this truck is number 2, and I cannot wait to open this thing. Alright, so just like all the other Mix 21 trucks, this did come with a huge slit on the bottom of the package. I don't know why, and this truck did not come with a poster, but this is pretty cool. So you can definitely tell in the light all the black areas on the body, you can see right through it, and I think that is the coolest thing. Now, we did see a Gravedigger like this earlier in the year. It was a green one, and it did have a heavy chassis, and I thought that was pretty cool. But the fact that they're doing this and they're making more trucks, and 2 of them came in this Mix 21, that's pretty cool. And they did it very kind of, I guess, not secretive, but not a lot going on. So, like, obviously, if you were like me and you didn't really look into Mix 21, you would just think this is a normal Son of a Digger. I did not know that. I did not know they were making a Sheer Madness one, which is pretty cool. So, this is basically a copy and paste of the truck from Mix 2 from 2019. The only difference being it has a gray chassis that's made out of metal, and it also has a plastic body with a black transparent where all the black is, which is very cool, and that's all plastic. Now the rims, the roll cage, the beadlock, all that is identical to the truck from 2019, which I believe was Mix 2. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, pretty unique. And it does have a purple wheelie bar with a black tire, which is pretty cool, because the only purple here is obviously the bandana or the mask on the logo, but I like what they did with that. Honestly, I think this one looks really unique and really cool. I like how the light just basically shines right through the truck, and you can see everything, especially when the truck's like this. You can see where, the windshield gets locked into place. You can just look down and see, like, the driver. You can see the top of the motor. I think this one looks very cool like this, and for that reason, it's got to be number 2. I mean, I honestly like it better than Megalodon. The truck just looks good. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the tire here, why it's all like deformed, but nonetheless, not a bad looking truck. I think it looks pretty solid. It's a pretty solid looking piece. So now there's one truck left, and honestly, I think it might be everyone's favorite truck from this mix, because this is just something so cool. So every mix has a Gravedigger, and it's kind of hard to rank certain ones, but this one I think definitely takes the crown in this mix. And yeah, so this Gravedigger is something totally new, totally awesome, and something honestly we saw before, which makes it even cooler. So this is Gravedigger Chrome, as a lot of people are calling it, but it's also a Gravedigger Legacy truck. So what they decided to do here was give this Gravedigger a normal heavy metal chassis with a plastic body, but they took that plastic body and they made it chrome. So that is the coolest thing they could have did. Now this Gravedigger does come with a green wheelie bar and a black tire, which is pretty cool. Now obviously I have a couple of these because I do customize them, and that heavy chassis is pretty unique. But we did see I believe in 2019, don't get me wrong on the mix, it could be mix 2, maybe mix 3 or 4. There was one mix where there was a silver gravedigger, and that silver gravedigger was basically just like this, but with a gray rim, I think a green beadlock, a green roll cage, and just a normal gray chassis, I think. And it was the normal truck, it was a die-cast body, all that, but it looked weird. It was supposed to be the chrome gravedigger, but it was more like the silver gravedigger, which was okay, cool, whatever. And then they came out with this. So the fact that they made this a legacy truck, and they made the body plastic, and it really shows off that chrome, that just looks awesome. I love it. I really do love it. It just pops, it looks good, it looks beautiful. You can't even really tell from far away if this isn't like an actual die-cast body, and I like that. Now when the truck just rolled, you heard it squeak a little bit. Now, if you guys can hear that. Now, I don't know why, but it seems like the trucks with the metal chassis, it like squeaks. I don't know why, but that's minor for me. But this is something so cool, and it's so well put together, and I really, really enjoy this truck, and I know a lot of people do too. You know, it's about time we got a nice chrome finish. Even if it's plastic, I love it. You know, the next step would be to make this a metal body, but I don't see how they could do that. But, yeah, hey, you know, it's a lot better than the first version of the truck we got, that silver gravedigger. And it definitely, in my book, it takes a cake. I think this one, it just looks better than the Son of a Digger. I mean, that one's pretty good. Megalodon looks kind of goofy. And I'm pretty sure there's other Shear Madness trucks. I think there's Soldier Fortune and a couple other ones that I haven't looked at that case yet. But, yeah, I just think this gravedigger is pretty cool. And the fact that they didn't label it under Shear Madness, because we already got a Shear Madness gravedigger, which, where is that one? I saw it before. Yes, which we got one right here. So, like, you know, I just think it's pretty cool. I really love it. Honestly, these two gravediggers are probably maybe my favorites this year, just the way they look. But you have to see in the video the top 10 trucks for this year. But I really do like the silver one. The silver one is pretty unique and pretty cool, and it's nice to see something refreshing and brand new like that. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for my Mix 21 review. This was supposed to be the final mix for 2021, but obviously with the shipping issues and all that drama and all that, it's not. Hopefully we can find Mix 20 very soon and very quick. But let me know in the comments what you guys think was the best truck. I mean, this probably wasn't the strongest mix for 2021, but there was a lot of cool new stuff. You know, we got the front engine El Toro, we finally got Superman and Batman, we got a really cool new looking gravedigger, we got, I would say, probably a top 3 chase piece truck for this year. We got a new take on Son of a Digger and Megalodon, and we also got a brand new Pirate's Curse, which we did not see that truck that much this year, only 3 times. And we also saw a solid looking Whiplash. Just, I don't know, that one, I feel like it's not like the best in this case. But let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. Now, Mix 18 and Mix 19, I will be making videos on those very shortly. I just gotta find them. Well, I have, what, Mix 19 ready to go? But hopefully I can find the other one soon. If not, it will come out at some point. And Mix 20, wherever you are, please get found soon, please. But with that being said, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below, and I shall see you guys very soon. And I just want to go on the record and say this is my last video I am filming for 2021, so the next video you guys will see me is for 2022. So everyone, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all that, and I shall see you guys very soon.